Yo, welcome to NS9 Postgame Show. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Dougie Fresh, as Tyler likes to call you. I like it.
Yep.
So we got Dougie Fresh on us with us tonight.
Feeling pretty fresh right now. Feeling pretty fresh.
I bet. The Pirates lose 7 in a row. And Mitch Keller, the streak stopper, comes out in a big way tonight. Rodolfo Castro hits a home run. The Pirates have a victory in May.
It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, it wasn't just a 7-game losing streak. They never had a lead at the end of an inning. McCutchen hit a home run. Next inning, we refused to field any grounders, and it was gone. I mean, it wasn't just a losing streak. As Pirates fans, 7 games to, 2 good teams just brought back every fear we had, during the offseason and all the PTSD from seasons past. So what a great effort. I don't want to say he's an ace, but he's our ace. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do, exactly what we needed. And he was just masterful.
I cannot go down that path yet too about the whole ace. And I think that about it too is like, I don't really care about ace and numbers. Like, give me 5 good pitchers. And the only thing Mitch Keller has done so far it's been like 355 days, more or less, is proven that he is a really good pitcher. Whether you want to label him an ace, a 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, he's a damn good pitcher.
You're absolutely
Keller
right
now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter.
Right. It really doesn't.
I don't care if he's the number 3, whatever.
You would like to have, like 2 or 3, like really, really, really good pitchers in the playoffs comes time. And we can find out if he defines to be one of that. But at this point in time, Mitch Keller has a 2.72 ERA in the year 2023.
His whip, I think, is 1.13. I mean, even last year when he was pitching well, he was putting guys on base and getting out of it with double plays. And we had a little concern about that because, okay, now the shift rules and this sort of thing. And now he's just striking guys out and getting easy pop-ups. I mean, he looks terrific. He looked terrific in his last start, but, again, we just refused to field the ball for him. So he's doing exactly what you want one of your top pitchers to do. He's keeping you in games, all the cliches. He's doing well. He didn't just keep you in this game. He finished this game, something we haven't seen in an awfully long time. It's getting about as rare as Haley's Comet. So we Pirates with a complete game with a manager that just doesn't really let you go into the 6th inning too often, 7th inning. So it was something. It was, we can all take a little sigh of relief now after just, maybe we can't beat the good teams, but we could still beat the bad teams. Right? And that's a step.
You say as rare as Haley's Comet, or I don't know, an Austin Hedges double even.
Oh my.
We had one of those tonight too.
Oh my.
We'll get more into that. I want to stick on Keller though.
Yeah.
Because yes. So I didn't even realize it until they stayed on the broadcast. And I was like, I swore he went into the 8th like one time last year, the year before, like them talking about it. And they were right. He never went to the 8th inning before. Tonight was the first time. And then he went on top of that. Like you said, he finished it out. So he goes and beats his personal record going into the 8th inning. And then he has a complete game shutout on top of it. Right. Mitch Keller, a dog.
Holderman and Bednar didn't even have to get up and warm up. I mean, that, no one had to get up and warm up. I mean, what a great performance. Yeah. Gutsy, all the things that we've been waiting for from him that, he, like I said, he was just a dog out there. He was not scared. He was not unsure. He knew what he was doing. He had a plan. I guess hats off to Hedgie, as they like to say. And it was just, and to Shelton too. out of character for Shelton. I mean, he had 98 pitches through 8 innings. It's, I'm stunned that he let him go. I was wanting him to do it, but I think I remember last year. Yeah, there was a game where he went 7. I'm like, oh, we should bring him out for the 8th. And no, we were still babying him, still protecting him.
Yeah.
I give Shelton credit the way he's handled. He is showing Mitch Keller that he has complete confidence in him. There's a couple times now that he has let him go beyond what we've been used to, him seeing him allowing guys to go. So yeah.
You know what though? I want to take that a step farther. And like you were correct, like yes, he's showing confidence in Mitch Keller. But here's the thing on the other side. Mitch Keller is he's confident in himself. He's showing he wants to go out there and he can do it also. I know we keep like talking about that. Maybe I really do. Am I on ever like Mitch Keller start? Now that I'm thinking about it, because I feel like I keep talking about this. But again, like you go back and it's like, yeah, maybe last year you're taking him out because you want him to feel good after 7, not,
right. You didn't want to take any chances last year. It's like,
yeah,
hey, and it's like 7, 2 innings, 2 runs. Let's call it a day here. So he feels good into that next start.
Right. He's still confident. It's a good start. Let's get him out. He can feel good about this instead of chancing the 8th. And like now, Mitch Keller is proving to you he is that guy, and he believes in himself and he wants to go out into the 9th inning. He wants to shut this down. And, I'm kind of with you with a pitch count was, it's kind of up there, but like I felt like he should go out there. Shelton did the right thing and he did. And he looked, just as good in the 9th inning as he did the first.
Right. He looked better. He was throwing few pitches per inning as the game went along. He had an 11 pitch at bat with Ryan McMahon. There you go. Yeah, look at that. That's 9, 8, 7. I mean, look at that. Your last 3 innings, my goodness, 24 pitches. He looked, he didn't look tired. He wasn't bending over with hands on his knees thinking, no, he looked strong. He looked confident. And he should have been. He had every reason. That was not false confidence there. He had every reason to believe in what he was doing.
Right. And again, like tonight just kind of showed it. What's very impressive about Mitch Keller is all the ways he can make outs. My biggest fear coming into this year, going back to you talking about the whip. Last year there was a lot of getting guys on base still. He was inducing a lot of weak contact, but he got guys on base, get the big double play, but guys are on base. Right. And so now with the end of the shift, how is that going to affect Mitch Keller? Right. I know he pitches the contact very well. He induces weak contact, but with no shift, you're expecting more hits. Is that going to affect him? He's come out and shown, listen, I can still get weak hits when needed, but I can strike guys out. And I don't fear him anymore. And again, tonight with that 8 strikeouts in 9 innings, only 4 hits, only 1 walk. This is a complete different Mitch Keller. So again, going back to the whole ace talk as well, it's arguable. I'll give you that. He is showing everything you need right now to put him in that argument.
Hey, I'm putting him on the All-Star team at this point. So now I don't know a month from now if we'll still feel that, but right now, if we had to pick All-Stars, he looks like an All-Star pitcher to me. Again, I agree. I'm not ready to call him Verlander, Scherzer in their prime, anything like that. I'll tell you this, and I saw this guy pitch quite a bit, and I know it's way out there. What this outing reminded me of was Greg Maddux. He was efficient. No, just this outing, just this outing. And actually the difference is Maddux never had to throw strikes. He was given 3 inches, 6 inches on each side of the plate. So, right. But it was just an efficient, at no point was you didn't feel like he was blowing people away or dominating. He was just getting out after out after out. And someone got on, he took care of it. He handled his business. So it was again, this individual outing, he was very impressive. He looks like he's turned into that guy that we were waiting for when we were looking at those prospect lists at, in 2015, 2016. We're like, oh my God, this guy's going to come up. And then we were afraid that he wasn't even going to be a number 5 starter. At this time last year, Tyler was saying, I think we may have seen the last start as a Pirate for Mitch Keller. And
sure.
No. We're looking forward to Saturday will be his next one.
Yep.
Or Sunday probably.
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
There's a day off. So.
And something I want to add here too, like, and the velocity was also there. His 100th pitch was 97. He threw 98 in the seventh inning. I mean, again, like we're just seeing Mitch Keller is just a pitcher. He's just a complete pitcher right now. I can't say like enough good things about him. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. I just get elated every time I get to talk about him, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because he just looked like a whipped dog, every outing there for I don't know, 2.5 years. And now he's just a dog, So it's it's exciting to see. Now, I mean, look, who would have thought that we'd be clamoring for a Keller extension, last year? So I mean, this is quite a turnaround.
We're there.
Yeah.
We are there.
Yeah.
People were talking about do it now before he prices himself
Before,
out.
yeah,
And
'cause he gets
I
more
don't like
expensive.
that terminology, more or less. I mean, just pay him what he's worth if you're going to wait. But
Right.
I think I'm at the point now, I'm totally comfortable with an extension. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. It's like Nunning has said, actually, I think it just passed on the ticker right now. Nunning has said how this isn't it, right? There's further
Right.
discussions on
Right.
extensions and who's that going to be, maybe. I think Mitch Keller, you have to be in that talk right now. And I think that'd be a big boost if he is extended.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I know they don't really care about the fans. It'd be a great message to send to the fans. But more importantly, it'd be a great message to send to the team. If you produce, we're going to keep you. We're not going to trade you, 4 years into your career and get more prospects. We're actually, if you produce, if you look like you can be a part of this future and contending team, we're going to keep you. So yeah, that's what we'll wait and see for that.
Sure. So 12 minutes on Mitch Keller.
Deserved
worth it.
every single one of them. We could go 15 more and then say, yeah, and there was a home run. So
right. But let's get to the game a little bit more here. Much of the woes that were happening all of May, all of this losing streak, still here. And while Mitch Keller was dealing, no offense behind him. And I should say no offense. I mean, I guess offense was happening sparingly. But then, of course, the big thing that's been always the issue so far, runners in scoring position, just getting guys on base, not able to drive them in. Like I jokingly said, Austin Hedges has a leadoff double. And then you get another hit and a walk in that inning and no score.
Right. When we on Owings, we got thrown out to end that inning, the prior inning. And I'm like, come on, you can't get thrown out with Austin Hedges. We have to get Austin Hedges up there so we can go into the next inning, starting out with keep Ryan Hayes. And then Austin Hedges, a double. And yeah, it didn't matter because, at least he didn't get thrown out trying to steal. He hasn't done that yet. I think Hayes was caught trying to steal twice. Castro was, I don't know. I know we were leading the major leagues in stolen bases. After this week, we must be leading the major leagues in caught stealing. I mean, I like the aggressiveness. I really do. I like that we were stealing bases. I like that we're pushing the envelope. But when you kind of get into this kind of slump and you have to chip away and you just have to try to generate something. And I guess, that's what run it, but like maybe be a little more cautious, maybe not have getting guys, thrown out at third. All right. So 4 for 40. My goodness. 4 for 43 at runners.
Yeah, Wilder Scrape says 4 for 43 with runners in scoring position in May, which I'm not even going to fact check. I believe it.
I believe it too. I'm surprised we have 4 hits with runners in scoring position. The only one I can remember is Santana hit a 2-run single, double, whatever the other. That's it. I can't even remember. So yeah, we've been awful offensively. We're sort of back to where I feared we'd be, where we only have 3 or 4 guys in the lineup that can actually hit. We're still talking about, Brian Hayes is hitting the ball hard and Jack Sawinski's having encouraging at bats. And instead of, hey, he had a hit, he hit 2 doubles, so it'd be nice to get back to, dissecting an inning where, we had a hit and then move him over and a guy got him with a sac fly and then the next guy hits a home run, that sort of thing. We're not having a lot of stringing anything together whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get what you're saying. That's definitely been talk. And of course, right now this lineup, and we'll talk a little bit about the depth isn't there. But to the Brian Hayes point, he has been turning it up lately. I know, like in the leadoff position, that's his best spot so far. He's an above average hitter in the leadoff spot.
Yeah.
It's his best, but also this is his third game in a row where he's had multiple hits. So today he got 2 hits and a walk.
Right.
Yesterday against Toronto, he got 2 hits. The day before, he also got 2 hits. So he has 6 hits in the last 3 games. And also on top of that, 2 walks. So like he's getting on base. I understand, like you're talking like the power, like he does hit hard. The power, I don't think translates too much in his slugging as he hits the ball hard, but he's hitting better. He's looking a little bit better as of right now, which is a lot more than most this team you can say for.
He should be a leadoff hitting shortstop.
Right. And then with Sawinski also today, he's looking better against lefties, but today was a lefty. He also it was a blue pit, but it counts. It's a hit.
It's a hit.
He also drew a very good walk early on. So yeah, like it's not producing, but those are things you do like to see. And so far they're doing that part.
And you need them.
I think the biggest,
every single superstar has those, blue pits, and they get those, and they get one. That's all part of it. I just lost.
Right. Oh, well, you work on that. I've done enough of those during these post games. But yeah, like, I guess what I want to say too is like the thing is though also now Sawinski was striking out a lot last week. So, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a problem, but the issue hasn't been so much on those guys. No. It's just, again, like the lack of depth. I mean, there's like 3 hitters. It's like 2022 all over again, right? 1 through 3, 1 through 4, or really like 2 through 4 or 5
it was
are
2
decent,
through 5, right?
And then outside of that, there's just no hitters. And you've had Andujar, you've had Mathias, and of course Hedges, right? And today, you were kind of leaning that way. Right. Chris Owings comes up, makes his debut. You have Hedges there with Sawinski facing the lefty. Like 7, 8, 9 looked very, very suspect. Now we talked. Sawinski did come through today. Right. Chris Owings did make his debut. He goes 1 for 3 today. He had a hit his very first at bat. And then Hedges. Even Hedges got the double. Now he couldn't bunt over Brian Hayes.
I know.
At second base.
I used to get mad at pitchers when pitchers couldn't bunt a guy over. It drove me crazy. This is a guy who knows he can't hit, but has to get 4 or 5 at bats every game. You should always be able to bunt a guy over every single time.
Yeah. So complete failure there, but he did get the double. And again, I'll give him credit. I know it's almost type of deal, but that was a great defensive play. He almost probably had a second double of the game. In the 8th inning, was it? I think, but
he does.
I mean, it didn't count. But hey, kudos to him. It's Austin Hedges. He almost had 2 doubles. That says a lot.
Right. If he has it, come on. If he can give us 3 doubles a week at this point, Hedges' problem is all the things he does well are intangible. Everything he does well are the intangibles, and nothing tangible. He doesn't do anything, I guess, other than framing, stealing some strikes. So yeah, it's really nice to see him. Again, if he had just bunted the guy over and got a double, like, wow, that didn't. But what? Hey, 2-0 win. I don't want to nitpick too much, but yeah, there were still a lot of the same issues that have been going on during the losing streak. So the offense still has work to do.
I think this is a good show where during the winning streak, right, when there were losses like the Dodgers, there's a lot of good to take from it. This is one of those wins where there's still a lot of negative to take from it.
Right.
And I guess that's what's happening. Like Mitch Keller looked amazing. And yes, Rodolfo Castro had the 2-run shot, which of course gave them the lead and the win. But in this 2-0 win, there were still a lot of the same struggles that you're finding that we are talking about.
Against, terrible with runners in scoring position. 3 guys thrown out on the bases, right? Not stringing hits together. The whole, and now Brian Reynolds. I mean, it's only 2 games, but now it's like, oh no, Brian Reynolds, has he caught the can't hit virus as well? So
yeah, though, I mean, he had 2 drives to deep center field that just it's one of those things. Hey, it's baseball, right? That's one of those. Right. It's baseball.
It's part of the game.
But I guess the good thing about today, though, was it was just 5 strikeouts on the day. So the Pirates have been striking out way too much recently. That's calmed down a little bit these past 2 games. And then, like I said, the hits, the getting on base has come. It's just right. The runners in scoring position hasn't really done so. But let's get to the scoring. So Connor Joe, revenge game, Connor Joe, right? Connor Joe draws a walk, which that's not the only time we've seen, a guy get on base. Like, okay, great. So how's the rest of the lineup going to screw this up? Rodolfo Castro comes through in the clutch. He hits the big bomb today, so he gets the runs 2-0. He did have a walk today as well. So Castro goes 1 for 2 today with a home run and a walk. As I keep touting, like offensively, the numbers are still there. I know he's not. I mean, he was on fire for that one.
He's not on fire now, but he's hitting 255, I think.
Yeah, at this time, 263.
Okay, all right.
He's getting on base. Just defensively, though, I know the struggles have been there. Today, though, for a team, it was pretty clean defense.
Pretty clean game, yeah. I mean, Chris Owings is up for one reason, or two reasons, because Castro and Bay have proven they can't handle shortstop, and that's unfortunate. And you've tweeted out about this a lot. Ben Cherington has acquired 172 middle infielders, and we should not call them middle infielders because they are second basemen at best. They're not shortstops, right?
A lot of DHs.
Right?
A lot of 190-pound DHs.
That strike out a lot and don't get on base, right?
Yeah.
It's but again, pretty clean game today. A lot of that stuff that had plagued the pitching staff last week did not occur today. We did not allow base runners on through just sheer, lack of focus, stupidity, or any of that kind of stuff. Oh, that's short, but I'm sorry, Tyler. It's whoever said it, you're a genius. It's true. And it would really be nice. I mean, really, well, we do have a really good shortstop, I believe, on the roster. He just plays third base. So
it's true. Yeah. I won't get into that, but
no, that's a whole nother show. You could save that for,
right.
NS9.
It just then you also would have a hole at third base. So
yeah.
Who's playing that position?
Well, and just Castro, right? He seems to be better at third.
He still makes it very interesting over there.
Yeah, he does. But just imagine the Pandora's box that would open if Ke'Bryan Hayes went and played shortstop and became a league average hitter, and then Cruz comes back. What do you do, right? I mean, that would just be, if Ke'Bryan Hayes is playing Gold Glove shortstop, I don't think the Pirates want to face that problem. They'll just stick with Ke'Bryan at third.
Yeah. Well, so other than that, again, like anything else that stood out that you want to talk about in this game?
Now, I mean, everything is overshadowed by Mitch Keller.
Yeah. And there's no bullpen to talk about, so that cuts out like a third of our show.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We didn't have to question who we brought in when, how long you let him pitch, who went back for a second inning. None of that. None of our staples. None of our good 5-10 minute time fillers there. So.
So I guess, just kind of run it down here. Hayes was the only person with multi-hits. He had 2 today. Did get caught stealing twice, which the second one was a really, really good throw. The first one, that was bad everywhere.
Yeah.
I know I said it there that it looked very lazy. When I saw the replay, I mean, he didn't get a good jump. I don't know if it was really just lazy. I mean, I don't know. He had to go. I mean, he had just taken off 2 times before that to second. I don't know if he was just tired and out of breath, but I hope you're really not out of shape as a professional athlete doing that twice.
Yeah. It's not even 90 feet anymore.
Right. So he got thrown out twice today, which that's something we talked about also. He led the team last year in stolen bases. I don't think he'll lead it this year. Obviously, you said they're very aggressive. There's a lot of guys that are faster than him.
Right.
But if he's not going to have the power, and of course, if he is going to be at the leadoff spot, especially right now with Cruz being out, him having that stolen base could make him a much more productive guy.
Right.
So I'll say this, like, I do like his aggressiveness. I do like him stealing bases because that can be added value for him. If he's a third baseman that's not getting for 20 home runs, like, then be a third baseman who can steal 25 bases.
Right. Right. It's a great way, to add offensive value.
Right.
In an area that he struggled in his whole career. So if he can, generate a few more, bases and helps, score some more runs because of that. Absolutely. However, you can't get thrown out twice in a game. You can't get thrown out at third, especially when a team is just struggling to score runs. And I know,
Right.
I know it's sort of a sort of like a double standard. You know, if he runs and gets it, we love it. Oh, that's what we got to do. We have to be aggressive. And the minute we get caught, what are you doing? That's so reckless. So I understand where it's a little unfair, but you know, as you said, that's part of the game. If you know, if you're getting outs, you're gonna be held accountable. So
Yeah, I mean, you're totally okay in saying that because I know I didn't do the post game show, but one thing that stood out was like the Bay caught stealing on third base the other night,
right.
Cinco de Mayo. I know that
Yeah.
one because I wasn't watching the game and doing other things. But like situationally, you don't want him stealing that, and like that's like you're saying with Castro, like you don't want him stealing the base right then and there.
Right.
You like the aggressiveness, but there's times when not to be.
Right. Well, I mean, again, with someone like Bay and his speed, if you're on second base, you know, just over the head of the second baseman, there's a good chance you're going to score. So there is no reason for you to be reckless, you know, getting the third. If you get there, take it. You know, hey, then a pass ball gets us a run. There's, you know, that's great, but you cannot. I mean, it's. You know, I think Bob Walk said you know, I've said this a million times over the pitch. You can't make the first or third out at third base. So. And you sure can't run into it like that. You just, yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. With that said, again, there wasn't a whole lot, much more to talk about. Santana did go 0 for 3 today. Kutch did go 0 for 3. Did have a walk. He had a really bad plate appearance, but it's one of those where the ump was
right. He
not calling too great.
Right. I think he felt like he didn't stand a chance. He was up there with a toothpick or something because he didn't know what to swing at, and Kutch knows the strike zone apparently better than this call-up umpire. So, but listen, it seems that is a theme for this year across the major leagues. So we might as well adjust. I mean, I guess the only thing it's going to do is speed up the robo-ump, but umpiring is going to be bad. You know, so on those borderline pitches, you might want to consider trying to at least foul it off.
Yep. So with that said, I don't think there's really too much more else to talk about unless we just want to go back and have a Mitch Keller podcast after show party.
We could.
I'm down for that.
Right. Yeah.
But, but again, like
I can hardly
great
wait for his next start.
performance. I know. Great performance by Mitch Keller. The Pirates now with the victory under them. They face the Rockies again tomorrow. Big day. We have someone making their 2023 debut for the Pirates. Luis Ortiz
hasn't been officially announced, but yes, right.
Not officially announced. It's still TBD, but I'll tell you this: if it's not him, there's something going on, and
something really weird. Right. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, we're going down get the pitchforks and torches out because there's no reason to put him on the taxi squad. There was no reason to have him have that short start the other day in AAA.
Exactly.
You know.
So yeah, I mean,
but I could see Charrington doing something like that to us.
Stop it, Doug. Stop it.
Yeah, it should be Luis Ortiz tomorrow, and again, that's something to look forward to. This Colorado team is bad. He'd much rather debut against them than Toronto or Tampa. So yeah, let's go. Go out and give us a good start. Yeah,
not in Denver.
Right. Go out and give us a good, solid, 6 innings, and let's get another win. Let's get a win streak going again.
There it is.
We can beat bad teams. I mean, I always say it's the first step in the evolution of becoming a good team. Is first thing you have to do is be able to beat the bad teams. And the Pirates haven't been able to do that. I mean, how many times in the past 2 or 3 seasons have we're like, oh, great, we're going to see Cincinnati. And then we lose 2 out of 3. Oh, great. Baltimore's coming in. They're on pace for 110 losses. They win 2 out of 3. They sweep us. So far this year, other than that opener against Cincinnati, we're handling the teams that are not as good as us or as good. So
that's very fair to say.
Right. So it's part of the growth. We got smacked in the mouth. And I mean, last week we were not outclassed. We just threw the ball away, and we, again, 4 for 43 with runners in scoring position. That doesn't even seem possible. I mean, you would think just a bloop somewhere would come along, but no. So we're 21-15. We're in first place. It's May 8th. I didn't have that on my prediction sheet. I watched your over and under show. You guys, I don't think, had the Pirates in first place. We're all predicting 72. I predicted 79, but I mean, we're I didn't believe it. I was just trying to will it into existence. I mean, we all thought.
Well, you did, Doug.
Yes, yeah, hey, I bet the over. So I did believe that we would, win 67 games for sure. So
right. Yeah, we didn't say it before the show. We talked about it. You, right? The good luck charm. This wasn't Mitch Keller's day. This was Doug. Doug stopped the losing streak. I want everyone to realize and understand this. Mitch Keller played a part in Doug's plan.
Yeah. Mitch, you're welcome. I'm a team player. I just wanted to support you out there, and we play one game at a time. And so yeah, can't wait to do my next post game show.
There it is. Yeah, we got to go after that. Doug's out here telling Mitch Keller you're welcome. All right. Well, let's get out of here. We appreciate you all for watching. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully for another victory. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, guys.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.